Clements Homebrew, coming at ya. Hey, you know, I always say I've got a fun beer, a special beer. This is kind of a special beer. First, I gotta say, and this will give you a timeline, I'm taking a little break from the NCAA basketball championship. So you can figure that one out yourself. And the other one is because a friend of mine told me, I say 6 months ago, Kevin, you gotta get this beer. You gotta review this beer. You gotta at least try this beer. That friend is Dan ABA. He used to be called Arrogant Bastard Ale on his channel, but Dan ABA goes by now. And he's been asking me to do this for a while. This is the Black Xantus from Nectar Ales. Now, Nectar Ales is kind of an interesting little place. I don't know all the story. Basically, they started in 1987 in Humboldt, California. More known for their marijuana growing. But they actually have some good beers there. And I know people that are friends up there, but I know some restaurant owners. And they were purchased in 2005 by Firestone Walker. Honestly, I don't know if Firestone still owns them, but that's the basic history. This is an Imperial Stout. It is 11%. It is aged in American oak barrels and infused with fair trade coffee from Jobella Coffee Roasters. I'm gonna get a pour on this and I'll be right back. I generally like to give Imperial Stouts a healthy pour, and I did just that. You can see I've got a little more than 1.5 finger head there. Very rocky on the top. But you know, hey, you gotta get a nice head on there. It's worth doing that. This is, you know, probably about as close as you're gonna get to a black beer right here. Let me show you. What do you think? That's pretty dark. Obviously opaque. I can't even see through the very bottom of the glass. It's a tan to mocha head. Let's get a nose on it. Wow, that's very different than what I was expecting, because I got a lot of dark fruits off this immediately. I was expecting more of the coffees and chocolates. But I get a really strong fig aroma. Yes, I get some coffee. I get some chocolate on that as well, of course. I get like these like dark, really dark sugars. Like I can't think of the name of that kind of sugar, but it's like this crystally dark sugar. Roasted malts, hints of caramel, vanilla. I'm getting off that. Almost like a bourbon aroma as well. Yeah, and this is a dark chocolate, but with a hint, just a hint of a milk chocolate, but more of a dark chocolate. Well, you know, the head's kind of fading. No big shocker there. We're going to go ahead and get a taste on this one. Cheers. Wow. Okay. I'm going to get a few more sips, but the taste totally follows the nose. And yeah, now this, granted, I gotta tell you, I probably did buy this 3-4 months ago, the direction of Dan, and it may have developed some more and different flavors at this point, but I definitely get dark fruits on this. Absolutely, I'm getting fig. Unquestionably getting fig, and I've had figs recently. Some good mission figs. Definitely getting coffee on that, but it's not an overpowering with the coffee. The figs are more predominant. Absolutely get some dark chocolate, but I don't want to say it's a bitter chocolate. It's just a rich, deep chocolate, like one of those like 92% cacao, where it's just not super sweet, not super sugary. It's dark cacao chocolate. Okay, those are some really different flavors, I gotta tell you. This is going to be fun to go back and watch the game and sip on this thing. I'm getting some cherry on it, a dark cherry. I get hints of nut, almost a peanut. That's where the heck's that coming from? Roasty, dark roast malts, like some black malt. I'm sure they probably have black malts in there. And it's not so much of a caramel as it's take some dark brown sugar and just cook it down. Almost this char sugar flavor. Really rich, really deep in flavor. I'm going to just say it. This is a dark, sinister beer. I don't know what Xantus means. It looks, it's a black hummingbird, you know? Black Xantus. Well, I gotta let this warm up and taste a little bit, and I'll be right back. And I might find out what a black Xantus is if there's such a creature. Cheers. Okay. I'm just enjoying this. It is definitely very different. This is it is dark. That's why I call it a sinister ale. It's the sinister hummingbird. The black Xantus. A Xantus is a hummingbird that presides primarily in Baja California, meaning Mexico, the peninsula. Explains why I like it. I own a timeshare down there in Cabo San Lucas area, and so it sucks on the nectars, which basically is going to be mostly cactus and some other things. But you're going to get some like molasses or like sorghum flavors, like those really dark flavors. But I mean, like almost further refined and burnt down. I mean, you know, it makes me think of creme brulee. Has that where they take the brown sugar and they'll do it in the oven, or they might take a blowtorch, and torch it. And if you just took the top off that and ate that really blackened, sugar taste, but it's darker. I don't know how to describe it. That's the best I can do for you. But it's pleasurable. Now it's warming. I'm getting more of that just dark cacao again. That like 93 or whatever percent cacao. Very intense. But I've got some vanilla kicking up on that. This is definitely a good one to try. Imperial Stout, 11%, deep, dark as night. Very fun. Tough to rate. Gotta do it. I gotta say, I think it's in the world-class level, and I'm gonna put it at the low end of that. So I'm gonna put it at a 96. That's putting it really tight against some amazing beers. I've had some amazing beers. This is really something. You would really have to like dark ranges of flavors and stuff as I do, and this is very dark. This is unique into itself. Truly is. Overall on this, yeah, I'm not budging. I'm sticking at that 96. This is one fantastic beer. Age is good on some things. It definitely is good with this. This is the Black Xantus. It's a dark hummingbird. It's from Nectar Ales. Originally out of Paso, Robles. I think they're doing some brewing in South Carolina now as well. But you should give it a shot. Life's too short to drink cheap beer. And I will see you in the next beer review. Cheers.